This call is now being recorded.
Hello students, good morning. Welcome to our GATE preparation session under AICT sponsored Prerna Center for SC and ST students at our institute, Vidya Pristans Kamalnayan Bajaj Institute of Engineering and Technology. I am Professor D.G. Patil from Civil Engineering Department, and till now we have conducted 4 sessions under construction management subject. In that we have seen how to draw the project network, then how to calculate project duration by using PERT method, and also how to calculate probability of completion of the project by using PERT method. So now we will see or concentrate on CPM method, that is critical path method. If screen is visible and I am audible, anyone please confirm?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I have uploaded the earlier sessions on YouTube also. Under that, you will see or you can revise about how to draw the project network, that is project management through networks, CPM and PERT. So I will just revise it in a 2-3 minutes. So what is network? Network is sequential arrangement of activities and events of the project. So we arrange all the activities as per their dependency from left to right, and activities are shown by these arrows, and events, or we can say milestones, by these circles or nodes. And we number these events from left hand side to right hand side by their uh, understanding their occurrence. So we have seen relationship between activities and events, dummy activities, parallel activities, then succeeding event, preceding event, similarly predecessor activity, successor activity, burst event, merge events. So you can revise if you require all these concepts from our earlier videos also, because proper understanding or step-by-step understanding of all these terms is required to understand further part, which we will see in our further lectures. So this is about dummy activity. Then we have seen how to draw the network, how to number the network, rules of Fulkerson's to number the events, and then we have seen some examples how to draw the network from given information. So it's very much interesting or logical to draw the network from given information. If you have any doubt, please be free to ask at any time. So this is relationship between events. Depending on that also you can draw the network. Sometimes relationship between the activities also is given. But if the relationship between activities is given in form of successor, predecessor, then numbering is not there. You have to number it, and it becomes little difficult by drawing the network with relationship between activities. But if it is a relationship is given in between the events, then as per the numbering you can draw the activities easily. It's a very much important part from our day-to-day life also, and such project management techniques are applicable to all branches, and particularly if we are talking about civil engineering, then all large civil engineering projects are planned properly beforehand or starting of the actual execution part. Accordingly, their schedules or day of occurrence or execution is prepared with relation to number of resources required, time required, material required, and accordingly, as per the dependency, the project is started, and it is continuously monitored. The network is continuously updated, review is taken, time to time meetings are arranged to sort out the issues, and accordingly we can reach to our end of the project in our specified or planned project duration. Otherwise, what will happen? The project duration will increase, the resources may remain idle, and project cost may increase. So as a introductory part, we have covered this program evaluation and review techniques method PERT. So we have seen that this method is probabilistic approach. Is having probabilistic approach means when there is uncertainty in the expressing the activity duration, and when this will happen, when the project or activities are new, we don't have any sufficient knowledge about their uh, time period or how much time it will take, then you can express it in form of optimistic time TO, TM most likely time, and TP pessimistic time. And from that we have considered one activity duration small t, that is here you can see formula. Expected mean time is equal to small t is equal to TO plus 4 times TM plus TP divided by 6. And from that, standard deviation is calculated by sigma TP minus TO divided by 6. Sigma आणि 6 यातला फरक समजून घ्या. And then variance is sigma square. This sigma square will be required in calculation of probability of completion of the project, that already we have covered. So this is about activity times for PERT method. So you will see TO, TM, TP. From that you have to calculate one activity time, that is small t, for each activity. Now in CPM method there will not be these three time estimates. Instead of, there will be only small t, and here we are calling it as expected mean time. But in CPM we will follow deterministic approach. There will be only one time estimate, and that is fixed as the activities are repeated. Repetitive type of activities are there. We have sufficient knowledge, and in that case you can decide the project duration as fixed 5 days only. Here we are expressing the time duration as it may take 3 days, 5 days, or 7 days, and depending on that we are calculating one time estimate by using this formula. So there is that is the basic difference between CPM and PERT. So CPM is used for repetitive type of activities or projects, म्हणजेच casting of slab, casting of columns and beams, excavation. Such projects will be considered through CPM. But if we are new to one of the project like research and development, in that case you will not be able to decide the time required, as we don't have sufficient knowledge about its occurrence. So if we have 3 time estimates in PERT method, we can calculate one single time estimate, and that will be followed in the calculation. So we have seen one more term, earliest expected time related to events, occurrence of events, earliest expected time. So earliest expected time is nothing but the time at which that event can be occurred at the earliest. So earliest expected, why we are calling it as expected? Because there is uncertainty. But now we will see in CPM this is called as little different and not as expected, because here is uncertainty, but in CPM we will calculate expected time by the same procedure, but here the naming of these two events will be different. Here earliest expected time means by forward pass method we have seen how to calculate earliest expected time. That is, if we consider these I and j, then T of capital T means earliest expected time of j is equal to T of I plus activity duration between these two events, that is ij, small t of ij. And if there are many activities before that particular event j, then we will consider maximum capital T out of that. Why we should consider maximum? Because it's logical that if we take maximum duration, then only other activities will be carried out parallelly. I will not take much time in this revision because already all these topics are covered and available for you in YouTube, in our YouTube lecture. Okay. So this is the tabular format to calculate capital T by forward pass method. Similarly, we will calculate TL, that is latest allowable occurrence time, by backward pass method. In that case, if this is capital T of last event, then we will consider TL of last event as 17 if schedule completion time of that particular project is not given. If it is given as 20, then we have to consider TL of 5 as 20, unless or otherwise we will take TL of 5 as 17 as same as that of capital T of 5. म्हणजे प्रोजेक्ट ड्युरेशन असतो हा ॲक्च्युली. लास्ट इव्हेंटचा जो कॅपिटल टी असेल, एक्सपेक्टेड टाइम जो आहे, अर्लिएस्ट एक्सपेक्टेड टाइम, दॅट इज द प्रोजेक्ट ड्युरेशन. आणि त्यावरून मग बॅकवर्ड पास मेथडने आपल्याला मायनस करत ॲक्टिव्हिटी ड्युरेशन्स टी एलमधून मायनस करत पाठीमागे जायचं आहे. सो दिस इज द जनरलाइज फॉर्म्युला. TL of I, here as per this activity relationship ij, we are calculating TL of preceding event. As we know TL of succeeding event. So TL of I is equal to TL of j minus activity duration. And if there are more succeeding activity to the I event, then we will consider minimum value by this formula as a TL of I. आणि त्या पद्धतीने टॅब्युलर फॉर्मॅटमध्ये कसं घ्यायचं आपण ते बघितलेलं आहे. देन कंबाईन टॅब्युलर फॉर्मॅट फॉर कॅल्क्युलेशन ऑफ कॅपिटल टी अँड कॅपिटल टीएल वी हॅव सीन. Combined tabular format for capital T and capital TL. So we have to first express the relationship between all the events with predecessor event for calculation of capital T, with successor event for calculation of latest allowable occurrence time, and then you can proceed by forward pass method, that is top to bottom and then bottom to top. इथं ॲडिशन करत जायचं आहे, इथं सबस्ट्रॅक्शन करत जायचं आहे, इथं मॅक्झिमम व्हॅल्यू घेत जायचं आहे, इथं मिनिमम व्हॅल्यू घेत जायचं आहे. And from that you will get slack value, that is a difference between TL and capital T. So based on that, minimum common slack जो असेल, that we have to consider. Here it is, we can say TL minus T 0. Here it is also 0. So here is also 0, 0, 0. So events having common minimum slack value 0 are critical, and path joining all these events will be critical path. Critical path म्हणजे काय असतो? थोडक्यात time wise this is the longest path, but considering network it will be shortest path to complete the project. But time wise it is the longest path. So if this path is completed, all the remaining activities will be completed by default, we can say, or along with this path in parallel mode. So these are the numericals. You can go through all these numericals once again. If you have any doubt, let me know. So depending on that particular slack value, you can consider positive slack, that is TL is greater than T, obviously, as this is subtraction of TL minus T, or difference between TL and T. So latest allowable occurrence time is more, that means we are ahead of schedule condition. म्हणजे आपल्याला एक्स्ट्रा टाइम अवेलेबल आहे. 0 म्हणजे कट टू कट कंडिशन आहे, ऑन शेड्यूल कंडिशन. निगेटिव्ह स्लॅक इंडिकेट्स वी आर बिहाइंड शेड्यूल कंडिशन. बिहाइंड शेड्यूल म्हणजे आपण पाठीमागे आहोत. वी नीड टू ॲड मोर रिसोर्सेस टू come on track, or we can say having 0 slack. And accordingly critical path events which are critical, or which events are critical, events having common minimum slack. Here you can see 0, 0, 0, 0. It may be minus, plus, whatever, but that should be common. Common means in all these events, which is common, same to same, but it should be minimum in the all these values. So here it is 0. Accordingly, events having 0 slack will be critical, and path joining all these events will be critical path. So you have to mark this critical path by dark line or double arrow in the network, and you have to write like this as the critical path is 1-2-5-8-9, and you have to write the project duration as 17. Okay, and these are the some of the numericals based on that particular calculation. Then we have seen probability of completion of time for the project. For that reason, we have to calculate one Z factor. This table is already given, and this table is expressing the probability of completion of the project with respect to this Z value. This Z value is TS minus TA divided by sigma CP. TS is schedule completion of the time. Schedule completion of the time म्हणजेच काय आहे की suppose I require 17 days to complete this project, but as per requirement of the project, if schedule completion time is allowed up to 20 days, so that is TS is equal to 20. If that is given, then you can consider it as 20. Otherwise, you can consider this 17 as your TL or TS. Okay. So TS and T म्हणजेच project duration जे आपण calculate केलेलं आहे ते. So TS minus T divided by sigma. सिग्मा सीपी. सीपी म्हणजे क्रिटिकल पाथचा आपल्याला काय घ्यायचं आहे, सिग्मा सीपी घ्यायचा आहे. आणि सिग्मा सीपी साठी फॉर्म्युला काय आहे, सम ऑफ द व्हॅरियन्सेस अलॉंग द क्रिटिकल पाथ. सो व्हॅरियन्स कसा काढायचा फॉर्म्युला आपण तिथं बघितलेला आहे. त्या पद्धतीने त्या रिस्पेक्टिव्ह ऍक्टिव्हिटीज आपण व्हॅरियन्स काढायचा आहे, अँड वी हॅव टू ऍड व्हॅरियन्सेस ऑफ ओनली क्रिटिकल ऍक्टिव्हिटीज अँड नॉट ऑल द ऍक्टिव्हिटीज फ्रॉम द नेटवर्क. सो डिपेंडिंग ऑन दॅट यू कॅन सी व्हॅरियन्स कॅल्क्युलेशन कसं आहे, TP minus TO स्क्वेअर डिवाइड बाय 36 त्या रिस्पेक्टिव्ह ऍक्टिव्हिटीसाठी, आणि त्यातून मग त्या ऍक्टिव्हिटीचा व्हॅरियन्स आपल्याला ऍड करायचा आहे अंडर रूटमध्ये. बरोबर आहे, हे तुमच्या इथे लक्षात येईल. अंडर रूटमध्ये तो व्हॅरियन्स ऍड केलेला आहे, सगळ्यांचे व्हॅरियन्सेस ऍड केलेले आहेत, आणि त्यावरून आपण प्रोबॅबिलिटी एक्सप्रेस करू शकतो. मग ही झेडची जी व्हॅल्यू येईल, इफ दॅट व्हॅल्यू इज झेड, देन कंप्लिशन ऑफ प्रोबॅबिलिटी ऑफ कंप्लिशन ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट वेन TS इज इक्वल टू T. म्हणजेच काय की आपल्याला 17 दिवस दिलेले आहेत प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट करायला, आणि 17 दिवस प्रोजेक्ट ड्युरेशन आहे. दॅट टाइम ड्यू टू अनसर्टनिटी द प्रोबॅबिलिटी ऑफ कंप्लिशन ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट इज 50-50. So here is 0, normal deviate, that is Z factor is 0, probability is 50. So as this Z value will go reducing, the probability of completion of the project will go decreasing up to 0.1. And here you will see that if we allowed more than 17 days, then this Z value will be more than 1 or more than 0, and then it will reach to 1, 2 or to 3, and then probability of completion of the project will be 99.9. So like this you can see these examples. So these are the small numericals. In GATE examination also you will be asked to calculate such probability with you can see such basic information. You will be given this information related to probability and Z factor. But if Z factor is 0, then you have to remember that probability is 50-50. And if you want to calculate probability for value of Z in between minus 0.1 and minus 0.2, you have to calculate it by interpolation. Like you calculate in steel tables or in design IS codes. So this is all about PERT method. Try to understand and remember all these things, because this is very much important, and you will score easily 1 or 2 marks in GATE examinations. We will see questions asked in the GATE examinations also. Then critical path method. So next, we can say project network type is critical path method. So as we discuss, we have to consider this particular path when the activities or project is of repetitive type in nature. So repetitive type in nature means we are conducting or constructing the projects which are already constructed, and we have sufficient knowledge or experience about all these activities or projects. So we can express only one single time estimate. So we will go through its basic introductory part in short. The CPM or critical path method was discovered jointly by DuPont and Remington Rand INVAC in 1957. The research team was trying to determine how best to reduce the time required to perform routine plant overall maintenance and construction work. Since then, CPM is found to be of much use in the construction industry with applications in construction of massive structures like dams, bridges, tunnels, and high-rise buildings. So in general, रिपिटेटिव्ह टाईप म्हणजे जे कंटिन्युअसली आपण प्रोजेक्ट्स कम्प्लीट करतो किंवा माहीत असतं आपल्याला त्याच पद्धतीने सेम टू सेम कन्स्ट्रक्शन मेथडॉलॉजी आपण अप्लाय करू शकतो. अशा प्रोजेक्टसाठी आपण CPM मेथड वापरतो. पण रिसर्च अँड डेव्हलपमेंट जिथं आपल्याला अनप्रेडिक्टेबल आहे की किती टाइम लागेल, रिझल्ट काय मिळतील, इन दॅट केस वी यूज PERT मेथड. So CPM networks are usually used for a repetitive type of projects where fairly accurate estimates of time can be made for the activities of the project. The activities of these projects are characteristically subject to relatively small amount of variation. Hence, CPM is not suitable for research and development type of projects, as we discussed. So basic difference between CPM and PERT. CPM is an activity-oriented network, while PERT is an event-oriented. We'll discuss on this topic after completion of CPM and PERT. So in CPM, time estimates are of fair degree of accuracy, while in PERT, time estimates are not that accurate and there is an uncertainty attached to it. CPM follows deterministic approach and PERT follows probabilistic approach. So you have seen when there is a single time estimate, or we can express time estimate in a single term or single value, then we can use CPM. And when there is uncertainty like 3, 5, 7, then you can consider it for PERT method, research and development type. So in CPM, cost is the governing factor, while PERT, time is the governing factor. In CPM, the project duration is so fixed that cost is minimum. In PERT, it is assumed that cost is directly proportional to time. So time is reduced to maximum possible so as to enjoy the least cost. There are many applications of all these methods in crashing of the project network, updating of the project network, resource allocation. So basically, you have to understand CPM and PERT, and then you will be able to understand its operations or various monitoring tools used in construction sites. In construction site, generally, likewise, CPM and PERT, the softwares are used like Primavera and MS Project. Planning division is there for larger projects. For small projects, generally we do not do planning on paper like construction of our house. Generally, we assume or calculate all these things in our mind and accordingly we plan. But for larger projects, all these things will be on the paper and accordingly we have to plan our day-to-day activities. The critical path in the CPM is that path which joins the critical activities, while in PERT, critical path is path which joins the critical events. We have seen critical events and path joining. All these critical events is critical path in PERT. Now we will see how critical path is defined in CPM. So CPM has similar calculations but having some different terms. Nomenclature is different. The process, as mentioned earlier, CPM networks are activity-oriented networks. Hence, it is the activities that are planned and monitored. Activities are defined as operations which require time to be carried out and which require resources for its completion. Events are milestones as we discuss. Events म्हणजे काय असतं, त्याला काही रिसोर्सेस लागत नाही, टाइम लागत नाही. These are the just completion of that activity. म्हणजेच काय, आपण जसं म्हटलं की एक्सकॅव्हेशन फॉर फाउंडेशन इज द ऍक्टिव्हिटी, देन त्याच्यानंतरचा इव्हेंट कोणता असेल तर एक्सकॅव्हेशन फॉर फाउंडेशन इज कम्प्लिटेड. म्हणजे फक्त म्हणायचं आहे आपल्याला. लाईकवाईज द माइलस्टोन्स ऑर kilometer numbers are available on our highways. So events are milestones representing the beginning or completion of some activity or group of activities. In CPM also, activities are represented by arrows and events by circular nodes. So in network, we can draw on the same line in CPM also. In CPM, it is the activities that are labeled or numbered for the reference. In estimating time durations of various activities, CPM and PERT follow different approaches. PERT follows probabilistic approach. 3-time estimate we have seen, optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic. From that expected mean time was calculated small t. But for CPM, as we follow deterministic approach, which assumes that enough information is available on the activities and hence only one time estimate is sufficient. So no uncertainties are taken into consideration. So there will not be uncertainty and only one single time estimate will be there. So this activity duration is represented as small t. In PERT method, we were expressing this small t as small te. काय म्हणतो आपण त्याला? स्मॉल टी म्हणजे काय? Expected mean time, and instead of that, here only small t is there because there is not expected term or expected word associated with this active duration as time is fixed. So likewise, earliest in PERT method, we have seen earliest expected time जे होतं capital T. Here it is named as earliest event time. आणि जे लेटेस्ट अवेलेबल ऑकरन्स टाइम होतं TL, त्याला आपण काय म्हणणार आहोत? लेटेस्ट इव्हेंट टाइम. त्याच्यामध्ये जी अनसर्टनिटी आहे, एक्सपेक्टेड, अलोएबल, दॅट इज नॉट रिफ्लेक्टेड हिअर इन CPM. So on the same line, you can calculate capital T for each event in CPM, and by same method, latest event time also. But just the names are different for PERT and CPM. So the earliest event time or the earliest occurrence time is the earliest time at which event can occur. It is the time by which all the activities discharging into event under consideration are completed. Suppose मी हा इव्हेंट म्हटलं तर हा इव्हेंट लवकरात लवकर म्हणण्यापेक्षा आपण जे लवकरात लवकर म्हणत होतो, एक्सपेक्टेड म्हणत होतो PERT मध्ये, त्याच्याऐवजी काय म्हणायचं आहे की फक्त तो कधी ऑकर होईल, कारण की टाइम ड्युरेशन फिक्स आहे, त्यामुळे तो एकाच पर्टिक्युलर टाइमला ऑकर होईल फिक्स. ज्याच्यामध्ये काय होईल की ह्या इव्हेंटचा टाइम ड्युरेशन दॅट इज T प्लस ऍक्टिव्हिटी ड्युरेशन, जी बेरीज येईल दॅट विल बी कॅपिटल T ऑफ 2. कॅपिटल T ऑफ 3 काढायचं म्हटलं तर काय होईल? कॅपिटल T ऑफ 2 प्लस ऍक्टिव्हिटी ड्युरेशन ऑफ 2, 3. आणि असे डिफरंट पाथ्स असतील 3च्या अगोदर तर काय होईल? त्यातला मॅक्झिमम व्हॅल्यू घेऊन आपल्याला पुढे पुढे जायचंय. सो this is similar to earliest expected time used in PERT analysis. Here, since uncertainty is not present, the word expected is omitted, as we discussed. The earliest event time of any event can be easily calculated by adding of durations of activities leading up to that event. हे आपण बेरीज बघितलेली आहे, how to add active durations with the earliest event time of preceding event. For example, T of all the events in the example network given below can be calculated as काय केलेलं आहे? T of J म्हणजे J आता if we are talking about this activity 1, 2, then I will be 1, J will be 2. Then T of J means T of 2 is equal to T of I means T of 1 plus T of ij. Small t ij. इथं E नाही आहे बघा, स्मॉल E नाही आहे, हे लक्षात घ्या. So small t of this activity, that is activity 1, 2. So event 1 is the first event, hence the t can be taken as 0. सुरुवातीचा जो इव्हेंट आहे तो स्टार्टिंग इव्हेंट असतो, आपण म्हणून त्याचा t किती घेतो 0. Event 2 occurs at the completion of activity A. So event 2 is completion of activity A. Hence capital T of event 2 is 0 plus 2, that is 2. Event 3 occurs at the completion of activity B. B or 2, 3. त्याचा कसं काढणार T तुम्ही? T of 3 is T of 2. T of 2 किती आहे? 2 आहे, ऑलरेडी कॅल्क्युलेट केलेला आहे आपण, प्लस ऍक्टिव्ह ड्युरेशन 3, दॅट इज 2 plus 3 5. सिमिलरली पुढे पुढे तुम्ही बेरीज करत जायचं आहे. 5 plus 4 9, 9 plus 3 12. सो लास्टली काय येईल? Capital T of 5 is 12. That means the project duration is 12 minutes. But this is the single path where activities are arranged in serial order. But many times there will be complex networks and you have to calculate the project durations having multiple paths. In that case, you have to consider maximum value like this, T of j. Yes, see here, if you are calculating T of 4, then you have to calculate like this, T of 2 plus active duration, and another value will be T of 3 plus active duration. या दोघांमधली जी व्हॅल्यू येईल, that maximum value we have to consider and that will be carried forward. So whenever we will be calculating T of 7, then T of 4 will be maximum out of these two paths. So same फॅशनने आपल्याला टेबल तयार करायचा आहे आणि त्याच्यामध्ये कॅल्क्युलेशन्स ऑफ ऑल TE, T of j is equal to T of I plus small t ij. Here small e नाही आहे बघा, आणि मॅक्स का घ्यायचं आहे? T of 4 मी तुम्हाला आता जसं म्हटलं तसं बघा, T of 4 इथं काय आहे? हा एक पाथ आहे आणि हा एक पाथ आहे. त्या पद्धतीने इथं बघा, T of 4 is equal to 3 plus 2 5 and 4 plus 3 7. So out of these two values, the greater value is chosen, that is T of event 4 is 7. Only 7 is considered. Likewise, by forward pass method, you keep calculating, adding all the activity durations with the T values of preceding event, and you will get T of succeeding event, that is J. T of J is equal to T of I plus small t ij max. So like this. नेटवर्क मध्ये पण तुम्ही थोडंसं ऍड करून बघू शकता. हिअर यू कॅन सी T of 1 is 0 as this is starting event. त्याच्यामध्ये 3 ऍड केले आपण, इथं 3 आलं बघा, 3 plus 2 5 आलं, परंतु या पाथने इथं 7 येत आहे म्हणून आपण हे 7 कन्सिडर केलेलं आहे. हिअर यू कॅन सी 0 plus 4 is equal to 4, 4 plus 3 is equal to 7, म्हणून हे 7 घेतलेलं आहे. इकडून 5 येत होतं, इकडून 7 येते, आपण ते 7 घेतलं. 7 plus 4 किती आलं? 11. बट हिअर 11 नाहीये. कशामुळे? तर या पाथने बघा मॅक्झिमम 15 येईल. इथं किती आलेलं आहे? 4, 4 plus 6 10. इथं बघा एकच पाथ आहे म्हणून 10 तीच व्हॅल्यू घेतली आपण. बट 10 plus 5 15, म्हणून हे 15 आलं. 15 plus 2 17 येत आहे, परंतु इथं 20 दिसते. कशामुळे? दुसऱ्या पाथने मॅक्झिमम व्हॅल्यू आपण 20 घेणार आहोत. 10 plus 7 17. इथे किती आहे? 4, 4 plus 4 8 आलं. 8 plus 4 12 आलं, परंतु हे 17 आहे म्हणून आपण 17 घेतलं मॅक्झिमम व्हॅल्यू. 10 plus 7 17. हे छोट्या व्हॅल्यू लिहायच्या, परंतु कट करून टाकायच्या, त्यातली मॅक्झिमम व्हॅल्यू फक्त रिटेन करायची जर तुम्ही नेटवर्क वरती कॅल्क्युलेशन करणार असाल तर. बट फॉर लार्जर नेटवर्क्स यू हॅव टू फॉलो दी टेबल. सो हिअर 8 plus 3 is equal to 11 and here 17 plus 3 is equal to 20. So by this path you see that project duration, that is capital T, expected event, sorry expected word आपल्याला CPM मध्ये घ्यायचा नाहीये. अर्लिएस्ट इव्हेंट टाइम दॅट इज कॅपिटल टी इज इक्वल टू 20, म्हणजेच हा प्रोजेक्ट ड्युरेशन झाला. आता हेच कॅल्क्युलेशन आपल्याला टॅब्युलर फॉर्मॅटमध्ये कसं दाखवता येईल हे आपण बघू शकतो. आता जो फॉर्म्युला आहे टी ऑफ जे इज इक्वल टू टी ऑफ आय प्लस स्मॉल टी आय जे. त्याच्यामध्ये काय आहे की आपण पहिल्यांदा थोडक्यात सक्सेसर इव्हेंटसाठी काढत आहोत, बरोबर आहे, पुढच्या इव्हेंटसाठी काढत आहोत कॅपिटल टी, म्हणून आपण त्यातला प्रिडिसेसर इव्हेंटचं रिलेशनशिप लिहिलेलं आहे. टी ऑफ आय म्हणतो ना आपण, म्हणून इथं आय कोणता इव्हेंट आहे ते डिफाईन केलेलं आहे. ऍक्टिव्हिटी इन बिटवीन दीज टू इव्हेंट्स आय जे, ड्युरेशन ऑफ दॅट ऍक्टिव्हिटी टी ऑफ आय, बरोबर आहे. टी ऑफ आय आपल्याला माहित असणं गरजेचं आहे, म्हणजे इथं ऍक्च्युअली दाखवलं नाही त्यांनी, परंतु आय कॉलम आहे तर टी ऑफ आय, आणि टी ऑफ जे काय येईल मग टी ऑफ जे इज इक्वल टू टी ऑफ आय प्लस स्मॉल टी आय जे, दॅट इज अर्लिएस्ट इव्हेंट टाइम ऑफ प्रिसिडिंग इव्हेंट प्लस ऍक्टिव्हिटी ड्युरेशन इन बिटवीन दीज टू इव्हेंट्स. आता त्या पद्धतीने पहिल्यांदा काय करायचं, आपण हे सगळे लिस्ट आउट करायचे आहेत इव्हेंट्स. ऑल दीज इव्हेंट्स आर लिस्टेड लाईक दिस. So for event number 1, predecessor event is no. There is no any predecessor event before event number 1. पाठीमागे आहे का कोणता नाहीये, म्हणून आपण त्याला काय म्हटलेलं आहे डॅश नो, आणि त्याचा कॅपिटल टी काय असणार आहे मग 0. फॉर इव्हेंट नंबर 2 नेटवर्क मध्ये बघायचं कोणता आहे प्रेडिसेसर, ओनली 1 आहे, म्हणून आपण त्याला इथं 1 लिहिलं. त्यांच्यातली ऍक्टिव्हिटी कोणती येईल 1 2, स्मॉलरने सुरुवात करायची 1-2, आणि त्याचा ड्युरेशन तिथला ऍक्टिव्हिटीचा ड्युरेशन घ्यायचा 3, जो इथं 1 2 म्हणजेच 3 दिलेला आहे, हा 3, दिस इज 3. त्यानंतर टी ऑफ आय, आय हा प्रत्येक वेळेस तुमचा बदलला जाणार आहे फॉर इच कॅल्क्युलेशन ऑर इच रो. हिअर आय मीन्स स्मॉलर व्हॅल्यू 1. So T of 1 is calculated in above row, that is 0. So 0 plus 3 is 3. And final T max value is 3. आता फक्त पुढे ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही जाल त्यावेळेस तुमच्या लक्षात येईल की 4 साठी 2 पाथ आहेत, म्हणून आपण इथं काय केलेलं आहे की when we are calculating predecessor events or earliest event time of 4, there will be 2 predecessor event number 2 and 3. 4 साठी 2 आणि 3 लक्षात येते का, हा 4 आहे, त्यासाठी प्रेडिसेसर इव्हेंट्स कोणते कोणते आहेत 2 2 आणि 3, आणि मग त्याच्यातलीच ऍक्टिव्हिटी काय असेल 2 4 3 4, त्यांचा ऍक्टिव्हिटी ड्युरेशन. आता इथे तुम्हाला ऍड करताना काय होणार आहे, टी ऑफ आय मीन्स फॉर दिस ऍक्टिव्हिटी आय इज 2, सो टी ऑफ 2 इज 3, 3 plus 2 5. टी ऑफ आय सेकंड ऍक्टिव्हिटी साठी बघा, टी ऑफ आय म्हणजेच काय येणार आहे टी ऑफ 3, टी ऑफ 3 इज 4, 4 plus 3 is 7. Out of these two values we have to finalize T max, and that is 7. So likewise you can reach up to last event, and T of 9 will be 20. So this is 20. Similarly, now you can see, you can calculate TL. So we calculated capital T, that is earliest event time, by this forward pass method by adding activity durations with preceding earliest event time of preceding events, आणि ते ऍड करत करत आपण लेफ्ट हँड साइडने राईट हँड साइडला गेलो, म्हणून आपण ह्या मेथडला फॉरवर्ड पास मेथड म्हणणार आहोत. सो दिस मेथड इज कॉल्ड एज फॉरवर्ड पास मेथड, and we will get earliest event time of last event number 9, that is 20. So this is actually your project duration. आता इथं तुमच्या लक्षात येईल की if we add activity durations of all the activities of the network, it will be obviously more than 20, but project duration is 20 only, because we are considering the project duration of critical path only. Means if we could complete this path in time in 20 days, then these parallel activities will also get completed parallelly. त्यांचा टाइम जो टाइम आहे तो आपण ह्या प्रोजेक्टच्या ड्युरेशन मध्ये ऍड करायची गरज नाही. आर यू गेटिंग? म्हणजे ह्या सगळ्या ऍक्टिव्हिटी ड्युरेशनची बेरीज केली तर प्रोजेक्ट ड्युरेशन येईल असं नाहीये. ओनली द लॉंगेस्ट पाथ जो आहे तो कंप्लीट झाला म्हणजे बाकीच्या ऍक्टिव्हिटी बाय डिफॉल्ट त्या वेळेस कंप्लीट होणार आहेत. You will understand it after solving more numericals. So in tabular format, we have seen how to calculate capital T of last event. So latest event time म्हणजेच काय करायचं आहे आपल्याला की तो इव्हेंट उशिरात उशीर कधी ऑकर होऊ शकतो. त्यासाठी काय करायचं आहे, इथं आपण कॅपिटल टी काढलेले आहेत, बरोबर आहे, एक पाथ कन्सिडर केलेला आहे. In that case, if schedule completion time of the project is given as different than the project duration, इथं 12 च्या ऐवजी 15 दिला असेल तर TL of last event that is TS of 5 schedule completion time 15 दिला असेल तर TL of 5 instead of 12 as same as T of 5 घेण्याच्या ऐवजी आपण 15 घेऊ शकतो. जी व्हॅल्यू दिलेली असेल ती घ्यायची, TS दिला असेल तर TS घ्यायचा अदर दॅन दिस 12. परंतु जर दिला नसेल तर यू कॅन copy this T value as TL of last event and you can proceed further for calculation of TL of all these events by backward pass method. So TL of हे तर लक्षात आलं तुमच्या की आपण बेरीज करत 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 पुढे आलेलो आहोत. T of 5 is 12. Now TL of 12, TL of 5 is 12 we have considered. Now what we have to do, we have to subtract active durations from this TL. So if we consider this relationship I and J, what we are doing to calculate TL of I, that is 4, पाठीमागचा आहे ना हा 4 5 मध्ये, आपण पुढून पाठीमागे चाललेलो आहोत म्हणून आपण I चा काढणार आहोत. TL of I is equal to TL of J, that is 12 minus activity duration, that is 12 minus 3, that is 9. 9 minus 4, 5, 5 minus 3, 2, 2 minus 2, 0. So here you will see that as this is only single path, the likewise we have seen slack in PERT. So इथे तुम्हाला कॉमन मिनिमम स्लॅक जो आहे तो 0 दिसतोय, TL मायनस टी. परंतु CPM मध्ये स्लॅक वरून आपल्याला क्रिटिकल पाथ डिसाइड करायचा नाहीये. देयर इज डिफरंट criteria to consider critical path in the CPM and that is float. तो पुढचा पार्ट आहे. So before that we will just see how to calculate TE, capital TE and capital TL in CPM method, and that is same as that of PERT method. The difference is only in the nomenclature. In PERT method we have seen small t as expected mean time, but here we are calling it as activity duration, small t only. For capital T in PERT method we call it as earliest expected time. In PERT we are calling it as earliest event time, and in PERT we call for T it as latest allowable occurrence time. Here we will call it as latest event time. The procedure tabular format to calculate capital T and capital TL in both the methods is same. So here latest event time, इथं काय म्हटलं होतं आपण PERT मध्ये latest allowable occurrence time because there was uncertainty, but here only latest event time. Procedure is same. TL of I as it is by backward pass method, we are calculating TL value of preceding event, so that is called as in terms of IJ, TL of I is equal to TL of J minus activity duration. आणि त्याच्यातला आपल्याला मिनिमम घेत जायचं आहे पाठीमागे. जसं आपण पुढे जाताना कॅपिटल टी काढताना मॅक्झिमम व्हॅल्यू घेत होतो 2-3 पाथ मधली, इथे 2-3 पाथ असतील तर त्यातली मिनिमम व्हॅल्यू घेत जायचं आहे आणि ती आपल्याला टॅब्युलर फॉर्मॅट मध्ये फायनलाइज करता येते. सो हियर 20 minus 3 17. The 17 sorry TL value of last event as 20 जर घ्यायचे असेल तर त्या पद्धतीने आपल्याला पाठीमागे इथून बॅकवर्ड पास मेथडने अप टू इव्हेंट नंबर 1 जावं लागेल. So for TL of event number 9 is 20, TL of event number 8 is 20 minus 3 is 17. ते खाली काढून दाखवलेलं असं टेबलवरती इथं बघा 20 minus 3 is 17. 20 minus 3 is किती आलं 17. परंतु आपण 17 दिसते का तुम्हाला इथे नाही दिसत. का दिसत नाही 17? बिकॉज बाय दिस पाथ 17 minus 4 13 येत आहे. म्हणून 13 and 17 out of these two options we are selecting 13 only as it is minimum value. आणि त्या पद्धतीने परत पुढचं कॅल्क्युलेशन करताना इन कॅल्क्युलेशन ऑफ 3 TL ऑफ 3 इथं आपण फक्त याच्यातली मिनिमम व्हॅल्यू कन्सिडर केलेली आहे अँड दॅट इज रिटर्न हिअर 13. 13 minus 4 किती आलं 9. 9 जरी आलं असलं तर इथं 9 दिसतंय का नाहीये बिकॉज बाय दिस पाथ this TL value or minimum value must be available. So here you can see 17 minus 4 is equal to 10. Here you will see 10. By this path 20 minus 2 18 आलेला आहे. 18 minus 5 किती आलं 13. इथं 13 आणि 10 व्हॅल्यू आहेत परंतु 13 आणि 10 मधली 10 लहान आहे म्हणून आपण 10 घेतलेली आहे. सो 10 minus 6 4 त्या पद्धतीने 4 आलं. 4 minus 4 0. या पाथने मे बी वेगळी व्हॅल्यू येईल. Here 18 minus 4 14. 14 minus 2 12. 12 minus 3 किती येईल 10 days. Still we have considered TL as 0 because by this path we will get it as 0. त्या पद्धतीने तुम्हाला अंदाज येऊ शकतो की स्लॅक जो पर्ट मध्ये आपण कन्सिडर केला त्या पाथने म्हटलं तर हे जे स्लॅक 0 आहे तो क्रिटिकल पाथ येऊ शकतो. बट in CPM slack is not considered and we will see to define critical path we are defining different types of float and we have to consider total float as 0. So we will move forward in calculation of different activity times and floats and then we will see how to calculate critical path in CPM. पटकन आपल्याला पुढे जाता येईल कारण की ऑलरेडी हा सगळा पार्ट आपल्याला झालेला आहे. कंबाईन टॅब्युलर फॉर्मॅटमध्ये कसं लिहायचं सेम प्रोसिजर आहे. देर इज नो चेंज. अर्लिएस्ट एक्सपेक्टेड टाइम वी कॅन टेक मोर न्यूमेरिकल्स in our next sessions, but I will just continue with the main calculations of CPM by this lecture or in this lecture. So here you will not see that after calculation of capital T and capital TL slack is not calculated, but we will see new terms, activity times. So there are four activity times. Earliest start time, this is called as EST. Earliest finish time, EFT. Latest start time, LST. And latest finish time, LFT. So we will see these formulas, how to calculate these time estimates. So starting of each numerical will be drawing the network, calculation of capital T's, capital TLs, and then if it is of PERT method, then you can calculate slack, and depending on that you can decide critical path. But if it is CPM method where single time estimate is given, जर इथं ऍक्टिव्हिटीचे 1 2 3 असे 3 टाइम एस्टिमेट दिले असतील तर तुम्हाला तो पर्टचा प्रॉब्लेम आहे असं समजून घ्यावं लागेल. बट हिअर ओनली single time estimate is given, then you have to calculate it by CPM method and you have to consider float calculation to decide critical path. So here we will see, or we will come back to all these topics: EST, EFT, LFT, LST. And after that we will see calculations of floats. So there are 4 types of floats: total float, free float, independent float, and interfering float. So this numerical becomes too much lengthy, and in your GATE examination also you will be asked or you will be provided some basic information related to some activities in between the network, and you will be asked to calculate total float. इन शॉर्ट पिरियड ऑफ टाइम. म्हणजे पूर्ण नेटवर्क गेटमध्ये एक्सपेक्टेड नाही आहे तुम्हाला, कारण की इन theoretical examination, in SPP examination earlier, such numericals were of 15 marks, 18 marks, like this, from starting to end. That is calculation of capital T, capital TL, then activity times, and then floats. So total float, free float, independent float, and interfering float. Calculation is quite simpler, but you have to understand these formulas. We will explain it step by step, and you will calculate all these floats for all these activities. Here, after calculation of T and TL, we have listed out all the activities here, and accordingly we are calculating their activity times. Here you will be requiring that T and TL values of tail event, head event, and we will calculate activity times, that is EST, EFT, LST, LFT. हे कसं काढायचं हे दिसताना तुम्हाला खूप मोठं वाटेल, but it is quite simpler, and by using all these formulas you can easily calculate total float, free float, independent float, and interfering float, and you will surprise what is need of all these activity times and all these floats. So in resource allocation, or in we can say staggering the activities in our project, we need all these calculations, or we consider all these activity times and floats. Depending on that, you can delay starting and end of particular activity considering available resources. थोडंसं पुढे गेल्यानंतर तुम्हाला ह्याचं इम्पॉर्टन्स लक्षात येईल, बट बिफोर दॅट वी विल सी हाऊ टू कॅल्क्युलेट ऑल दीज activity times and floats. And after calculation of all these things, we will see criticality and critical activity. So out of 4 floats, total float is the most important one. The degree of total float provides information regarding the criticality of the activity. Since total float is difference between maximum available time and activity duration, there are 3 possibilities. So if that difference is positive, excess time is available. Difference is 0, no excess time is available. Difference is negative, time available is less than the required time. So depending on that value of total float, you can define or classify the activities in these 3 categories. If float is positive, that means the activity needs normal attention but have some flexibility. Extra time is available, so it is called as subcritical. Critical म्हणजेच नाजूक आहे परिस्थिती, थोडक्यात कट टू कट आहे. when float is 0, activity needs extra attention and has no freedom of action. तुम्हाला तो पाथ कंटिन्युअसली फॉलो करावा लागेल. there should not be any delay. सुपरक्रिटिकल, क्रिटिकलच्या पुढे सुपरक्रिटिकल. लाईकवाईज ICU म्हणतो आपण ऍडमिट केलंय, त्याच्या पुढे एकदम सुपर क्रिटिकल म्हणजेच ICU मध्ये ऍडमिट केलेलं आहे तसं. when float is negative, such activities require very special attention and care. Means we need to depute or allot more resources, and we need to convert that supercritical path into critical at least, so that we can complete the project in time. So likewise means ICU चा लॉंग फॉर्म काय असतो? इंटेन्सिव्ह केअर युनिट. त्या पद्धतीने तुम्ही लक्षात घेऊ शकता. So the critical path of the network in the is the longest path in the network, and duration of this path gives the duration of the project. So critical path आपल्याला कशावरून फाइंड आउट करायचा आहे? फ्लोट वरून. तो फ्लोट कसा काढायचा, ऍक्टिव्ह टाइम कशी काढायची, थोडासा मोठा पार्ट आहे. So that we will most probably consider in a separate lecture, but I will come to end of this CPM method by considering the critical activities. This path joins the activities that are critical. The difference between critical path in CPM and critical path in PERT is that in PERT, critical path joined those events with 0 slack, but in CPM, critical path joins those activities which have 0 float. So here we are calculating floats of activities. So activities having 0 float, here activity 1, 2, 2, 5, 5-8 and 8-10 are the, and last one is the 10-11 are the critical activities as per the definition of this critical path. So float values have been calculated. Let us draw the critical path. So all these activities are shown here by thick line. Here you can see all these activities are critical as per the definition of this CPM method. And by this method, depending on the total float values as 0, you will decide critical path as path joining all these critical activities. And critical activities means activities having total float 0. So remember this difference. The floats for the activities 1, 2, 2, 5, 5, 8, 8, 10 and 10, 11 are 0. Here in tabular format also we can see 1, 2, 2, 5. 1, 2, 0, 2, 5, 0 and other values are other than 0 like this. या पाथवरच्या व्हॅल्यूज फक्त टोटल फ्लोटच्या 0 आहेत म्हणून आपण तो पाथ क्रिटिकल कन्सिडर केलेला आहे. आणि त्या पद्धतीने मग हे नेटवर्क कॅल्क्युलेशन जे आहे म्हणजे कॅल्क्युलेशन ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट ड्युरेशन अँड क्रिटिकल पाथ concludes here. But we have not gone in detail with respect to calculation of activity times and floats because we have to stop at about 11:20. So we will cover that remaining part of calculation of activity times and floats in our separate session. So you will go through the calculations of capital T, capital TL, and slack in our PERT method, as well as capital T, capital TL in our CPM method. And depending on that, we will see capital T and TL आपल्याला दोन्ही मेथड मध्ये काढावं लागतच आहे, बरोबर आहे, कंपल्सरी आहे. Procedure is almost same, but to decide we can say critical path, the method is little different. In PERT method, we have seen depending on slack, minimum common slack, we can conclude or we can decide critical path. But here, critical path is decided based on total float values of activities. So here we have to draw this new table, likewise this, and in that T, TL values will be required as we calculate in PERT and in CPM on the same line. And after that, we have to calculate activity times. We will see what is activity times. If TETL values are calculated, then activity times calculation is also very much simpler. And after calculation of activity times, the float calculation is very simpler. But we will understand what is EST, EFT, LST, LFT, earliest start time, earliest finish time, latest start time, latest finish time, आणि हे फ्लोट जे आहेत ते टोटल फ्लोट, फ्री फ्लोट, इंडिपेंडेंट फ्लोट and interfering float. In GATE examinations, suppose एखादा नेटवर्क दिला असेल, ह्या व्हॅल्यूज दिलेल्या असतील, and from that you will be asked to calculate total float. तुम्हाला तो फॉर्म्युला माहित पाहिजे आणि त्याच्यावरून तुम्ही सबट्रॅक्शन करून बरोबर काढू शकता. It's very simple. Actually here I will just demonstrate you. The total float is different between earliest start time and latest start time. So latest start time is 7 and earliest start time is 0. So 7 minus 0 is 7. So here it is 7. Or we will see first all the formulas, and then we'll see some numericals based on these calculations, and we will conclude with CPM by marking critical path based on the 0 float values of activities. So event times काढायचे आहेत. Earliest event time, latest event time, procedure is same. आणि पुढे मग आपल्याला activity durations, floats, it will require about 1 or 2 hours more to explain the activity times and event times. If you have any doubt, let me know. काय अडचण आहे का कोणाला? काही समजलं नाही बिंदास विचारा. विचारलं नाही तर पुढे आपल्याला जाताना अडचणी येतात. This is CPM, and then we will see crashing and updating of the network. क्रॅशिंग म्हणजे काय करायचं आपल्याला? द प्रोजेक्ट नेटवर्क जे दिलेलं आहे ते म्हणजे प्रोजेक्ट ड्युरेशन जो आलेला आहे तो प्रोजेक्ट ड्युरेशन आपल्याला कमी करायचा आहे बाय ॲडिंग मोर रिसोर्सेस, अँड इवन आवर कॉस्ट विल ऑल्सो रिड्यूस टू सम एक्सटेंट कन्सिडरिंग डायरेक्ट अँड इनडायरेक्ट कॉस्ट. तर ते सुद्धा एक इम्पॉर्टंट आहे. हाऊ मच यू कॅन क्रॅश दॅट पर्टिक्युलर ॲक्टिव्हिटी डिपेंड्स ऑन द नेचर ऑफ दॅट ॲक्टिव्हिटी, आणि त्या पद्धतीने मग extra cost of crashing and overall काय म्हणता येईल आपल्याला की कुठे थांबायचं, क्रॅशिंग कुठे स्टॉप करायचं, दॅट वी विल डिसाइड. ऑप्टिमम कॉस्ट, ऑप्टिमम ड्युरेशन वी कॅन से. इम्पॉर्टंट आहे आणि सिम्पलर आहे वी कॅन से. आणि अपडेटिंग ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट नेटवर्क म्हणजे काय म्हणता येईल की whenever we are executing our project, in that case what will happen? There will be some problems, some delays, and activities will not be performed as per our planning, but we need to reschedule, change the project duration, or sometimes we may need to change the duration of the activity depending on the changes in methodology or some design. Many aspects are considered. So in between, suppose project is of 100 days, we will take some meetings according to the project duration, depending on the project duration for maybe for each 10 days, and then we will review all the progress, and accordingly we will update the network. So it depends on the frequency of updating the network will depend on the project duration. Project duration 3 वर्षाचा असेल तर maybe आपण monthly भेटू शकतो. But if the project duration is of only 1 day, then continuously आपल्याला समोर घेऊन बसावं लागेल, because the duration is of 1 day only. Continuously आपल्याला रिव्ह्यू घ्यावा लागतील तासाला, and we have to see that or ensure that the project will complete on that particular day. म्हणजे it depends on this project duration, आणि त्या पद्धतीने मग आपल्याला परत त्याच्यामध्ये प्रोजेक्ट ड्युरेशन किती होता, त्यानंतर आफ्टर अपडेटिंग क्रिटिकल पाथ बदलला का, what is the change in project duration, remaining duration of the projects, all these calculations need to calculate. It's very simple or very easy. I will explain it in 1 or 2 lectures, and you will be happy to know all these calculations related to CPM PERT or project management, because all these concepts will be applied in our day-to-day life, in professional life, as a businessman, as a professional, in our industry, in our job. So thorough understanding of all these concepts will be very much helpful for you all. So I think we will stop here for today, and in our next lecture we will consider or study the remaining part related to calculation of activity times and floats for CPM. Okay, you all have to fill this attendance in this Google form for your attendance and feedback. So fill this Google form immediately. Everyone should fill this Google form. Okay, thank you. Wish you all the best.